क्या आप जानते हैं कि लग्जरी मेकअप और लग्जरी स्किन केयर में एक बहुत बड़ा फर्क क्या है? वेल नाउ सम ऑफ यू विल से निपुण एक स्किन केयर है, एक मेकअप है, ये फर्क काफी नहीं है। वेल ये फर्क है, पर एक और बहुत बड़ा फर्क है। जब हम बात करते हैं लग्जरी स्किन केयर की, महंगी महंगी क्रीम्स, शनेल, डियोर, गैरला, वो सारी क्रीम्स जिस पे मैंने पिछले हफ्ते वीडियो बनाई थी, मोस्ट ऑफ दीज क्रीम्स डू नॉट वर्क एंड ये स्पेशली तब काम नहीं करती जब आपके कोई रियल स्किन इश्यूज होते हैं। रियल स्किन इश्यूज, एक्ने, मेलाज्मा, हाइपरपिगमेंटेशन, डीप फाइन लाइंस एंड रिंकल्स, ये सारी काम नहीं करती हैं। इनफैक्ट क्रीम्स जो आपको ऑर्डिनरी, मिनिमलिस्ट, इस तरह के लो एंड अफोर्डेबल ब्रांड्स में मिलते हैं, दे वर्क 100 टाइम्स बेटर और सबसे बेस्ट तो है फार्मेसी। लेकिन यही सिचुएशन फ्लिप हो जाती है जब हम बात करते हैं लग्जरी या हाई एंड मेकअप की, बिकॉज लग्जरी एंड हाई एंड मेकअप के फॉर्मुलेशंस स्पेशली कुछ कैटेगरीज में, जैसे फेस हो गया, कलर कैटेगरीज हो गई, उसमें इतने सुपीरियर हैं कि वो एक्चुअली ड्रग स्टोर को बीट नहीं करते, चाहे लोग कुछ भी कहें। और आज हम इसके बारे में बात करेंगे। हेलो एंड वेलकम टू स्किन केयर सिंप्लीफाइड। मेरा नाम है निपुण, आपकी स्किन केयर बेस्टी एंड अ सर्टिफाइड स्किन केयर कंसल्टेंट। आज की वीडियो डेडिकेटेड है टू लग्जरी मेकअप। इज इट रियली वर्थ इट? क्या है ये प्रोडक्ट्स जो वर्थ इट है या नहीं, और किसके लिए? वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले वीडियो को लाइक कर दें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें। मैं बनाती हूँ नई वीडियोस अब हफ्ते में 7 दिन, 7 days a week, one new video goes up here on Skin Care Simplified, the only channel on planet Earth जहां आपको मिलते हैं डिटेल स्किन केयर रूटीन्स, यानी सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट्स के रिव्यूज ही नहीं, प्रोडक्ट को कब कैसे लगाना है, लेयरिंग किस तरह से करनी है, गलती को कैसे सुधारना है, सारी की सारी चीजें मैं यहाँ बताती हूँ, प्रोडक्ट्स को डेमो करके खुद दिखाती हूँ। और अगर आप मुझसे बात करना चाहते हैं इन अ क्लोज्ड कम्युनिटी, आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं हमारी चैनल मेंबरशिप्स फॉर 799 रुपीज अ मंथ और $10 अ मंथ। इसमें होती हैं 4 लाइव्स एवरी सैटरडे। सो एवरी सैटरडे, नॉट 4 लाइव्स, 4 लाइव्स होती हैं, 4 लाइव्स होती हैं महीने में 4 बार, यानी हफ्ते में एक बार सैटरडे को 12 बजे इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम, जहां मैं मेंबर्स के साथ बात करती हूं, उनके रूटीन्स रिव्यू करती हूं, कस्टमाइज करके मेंबर पोर्टल पे डालती हूं। सो इफ यू इंटरेस्टेड यू कैन ज्वाइन दैट, और यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू द प्लेलिस्ट। मेलाज्मा, एक्ने, एंटी एजिंग, हेयर केयर, इन प्लेलिस्ट में आपको मिलेंगे मेरे सारे के सारे डिटेल्ड स्किन केयर रूटीन्स। नाउ लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। Now I'll tell you something very frankly, when it comes to the face category, complexion category, और यहाँ हम बात करते हैं powders and foundations की, 100% high-end brands perform very, very well. It is something about their formulas that kind of works better on mature skin, and I feel as you cross 35, जब आपके skin पे fine lines, wrinkles पड़ना शुरू हो जाते हैं, जब आपके skin में anatomically changes होते हैं, that is the time you need to make the investment to something a little more high end. And today I want to talk about some of the foundations that I absolutely love. Most of them are old, one of them is new, and I want to talk through it. And साथ ही साथ में इसके कौन सा स्किन टाइप यूज कर सकता है, किस स्किन टाइप पे अच्छा लगेगा, कवरेज क्या है, all of those things I'm going to cover. Now, one foundation that has been here for very, very long, since last November, is this one. These are by the brand House Labs. House Labs is by Lady Gaga, and everybody knows Lady Gaga. So this is her makeup brand, and ये मैंने order किए थे last November during Black Friday, directly from their website. They ship to the UAE. So if you're watching me from the UAE or Saudi or wherever, वो ship करते हैं. एंड मैंने बेसिकली उनका कलर मैच फाइंडर यूज करके 2-3 और चीजें करके अपना शेड खुद डिसाइड किया था, एंड आई बेसिकली ऑर्डर्ड 2 कलर्स, 210 एंड 110. So 210 and 110, लाइट मीडियम एंड लाइट न्यूट्रल, ये मैंने 2 कलर्स ऑर्डर किए थे। एंड ऑनेस्टली मेरा परफेक्ट शेड होता है एक ड्रॉप एक और एक ड्रॉप एक को मिक्स करके लगाना, दैट्स माई परफेक्ट शेड। नाउ आई लव दिस इज माई नंबर 1 recommended फाउंडेशन, एंड अब मैं बताती हूँ कि किस स्किन टाइप के लिए। कवरेज इसकी मीडियम टू हाई है, सो इट इज नॉट अ लाइट मीडियम कवरेज, इट्स मीडियम टू हाई एंड इट्स बिल्डेबल, सो यू कैन बिल्ड इट अप टू बीइंग रियली रियली स्ट्रॉन्ग। फिनिश जो इसकी है, फिनिश इसकी है सैटिन फिनिश, तो ना ये ज्यादा ग्लॉसी, शाइनी, ग्लोई टाइप का है और ना ही ये बिल्कुल मैट है, सो इट्स अ सैटिन फिनिश। आइडियल है, हर एक स्किन टाइप पे ब्यूटीफुल लगता है, लेकिन अगर आपकी स्किन एक्सेसिवली ऑयली है तो दिस इज नॉट फॉर यू। तो आई विल नॉट रिकमेंड इट, बिकॉज ये ऑलरेडी इसमें एक सैटिन फिनिश है जिससे चेहरे पे थोड़ा सा ग्लो आता है, फिर आपका स्किन ऑयल प्रोड्यूस करेगा, फिर एक्स्ट्रा ग्लो हो जाएगा, इट विल नॉट लुक दैट ग्रेट। बट नॉर्मल कॉम्बिनेशन ड्राई, it is beautiful. I think it's fabulous for mature skin because it's a very lightweight formula. ब्रश से लगा लो, ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर से लगा लो, बहुत जल्दी में हो तो हाथ पे लेके जस्ट रब इट ऑन टू योर फेस, मैंने वो भी करके दिखाया है वीडियोज़ में. सो दिस इज़ माई नंबर 1 रिकमेंडेशन. बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव नहीं है, बट येस इट इज़ एक्सपेंसिव, बट हाईली हाईली रिकमेंडेड. नंबर 2, एंड ये नंबर 2 पे इसलिए है क्योंकि इस ब्रांड की शेड रेंज इतनी ख़राब है कि आधे से ज़्यादा लोगों को अपने शेड्स मिलेंगे नहीं, बट दिस इज़ अ ब्यूटिफुल लाइट वेट फॉर्मूला एंड दैट इज़ बाय La Mer. द La Mer सॉफ्ट फ्लूइड फाउंडेशन, एंड इसमें है SPF 20. अब SPF 20 जब किसी ब्रांड में होता है तो लोगों को लगता है कि रात को नहीं यूज़ कर सकते बिकॉज लाइट रिफ्लेक्ट करेगी, ऑल दैट नहीं होता. मैंने इसको रात को भी पहना है, दिन को भी पहना है, इट्स ब्यूटिफुल. Problem is the shade range. So my shade here is 130 warm ivory and it is light for me, but just of course I use bronzer blush तो ये ठीक हो जाता है. I absolutely love it. बहुत महंगा है, so I use it very very sparingly. इसकी coverage light to medium है. Like I said, इसकी मीडियम टू हाई है, दिस इज लाइट टू मीडियम. तो अगर आपकी स्किन पे बहुत सारी पिगमेंटेशन है और आपको कलर करेक्ट करना नहीं आता एंड वेरियस अदर थिंग्स, देन दिस इज नॉट फॉर यू. बट इन जनरल इफ योर स्किन इज क्लियर, यू जस्ट वांट दैट नाइस हेल्दी ग्लो, दिस वन इज ब्यूटिफुल, हाईली रिकमेंडेड. एंड द नंबर 3, एंड दिस इज द न्यूएस्ट वन दैट आई गॉट फाइनली, क्योंकि इसमें मेरा कल शेड ही नहीं मिल रहा था. एवरी टाइम आई वेंट टू Sephora in Dubai, it was always sold out, and that is by Pat McGrath Labs, and this is my shade is light medium 10 and I love it. Iski consistency is super liquidy, super watery, very similar to the La Mer one, but iski coverage is much better. Price maybe this is much better, so I love this formula. Again, you can apply it with a brush. इसको डायरेक्टली ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर से अप्लाई करना मैं रेकमेंड नहीं करूंगी बिकॉज देन योर ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर इज गोइंग टू सोक इट अप. सो अप्लाई इट फर्स्ट विद अ ब्रश एंड देन यू कैन लाइक स्मूदन इट आउट विद अ ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर, बट इट इज अ fabulous formula, highly recommended. This doesn't really show your lines, nothing. And now I want to talk about one product which is amazing. लेकिन अगर आपके स्किन पे टेक्सचर है, you should highly avoid it. And I want to talk about this product because I've mentioned it previously, I've shown it in my videos, and then I realized that एक बहुत important चीज़ इस product के बारे में बात करना मैं भूल गई, and I want to just talk about it. And it's the viral product, you've all seen it. It is the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. Now, people say you can use it as a base, you can use it on top of your foundation, you can mix it in your foundation, you can do what you want. And that's true. You can do what you want. एक बार आपने product खरीद लिया, आपकी मर्जी जो मर्जी करो. But the point is, this is a texture monster, okay? And I know this because I've recommended this also to like friends and family, and some of them have bought it and they've like, Nipun, it looks bad on us, and that is like my bad because in general मेरे चेहरे पे texture नहीं है, I don't have large open pores etc, so it gives me this really soft airbrushed finished. But if you have texture, if you have enlarged pores, if you have oily skin, if you have anything happening, this is not for you. But मैंने इसको dupe किया है in a very beautiful way, and I'm going to post that video soon. So this is a product which I think is like overhyped. Even if you get it in ELF, I just think it's overhyped. You don't want to bother yourself with it. फाउंडेशंस में एक और है जो मैं रेकमेंड करूंगी इफ यू हैव not a lot of if you have no hyperpigmentation, no melasma, no acne marks, nothing, but you just want that absolute fresh glowy look with a little bit of coverage, is this one by Chanel. I have almost finished it. I'm going to repurchase it. It is the Les Beige, which is by Chanel. It's the water tint. This is the new version. इसका एक पुराना version था जिसमें pigmentation बहुत कम थी, so you literally got zero coverage. It was still very beautiful, but this one has a little more coverage. This comes with a brush, but the way I like to apply it is literally I take it and I rub it and I make sure कि जो सारे little pigment granules हैं melt कर जाएं into my skin, gives me the most amazing finish. I use it very sparingly because Chanel is so expensive. Foundations covered. Highly recommend Lady Gaga or Haus Labs. Highly recommend Pat McGrath. Sort of La Mer अगर आपको shade मिल जाए, because getting your shade in La Mer is a challenge. Chanel if you have nothing to cover pretty much. But in general I feel सबके लिए ये दो foundations 100% काम करेंगे. Now let's just move on to the next category where I feel that you should invest in, and those are powders. Now understand whether you're 30 years old, 20 years old or 60 years old. If you're going to wear any kind of foundation, you've got to set it with a powder. I don't know ये कहाँ से myth आ रही है कि powder नहीं लगाएंगे lines में settle हो जाएगा. If you're going to use a really thick, cheap powder, it'll settle into your lines. But if you use a powder which is finely milled and pressed, वो आपके lines में settle नहीं करेगा. And the one I recommend is by Chanel. This is also the Chanel Ultra Tint. My shade is B110. ये basically compact है. Okay, this is like a regular compact. So आप ऐसे ही लगा सकते हो sunscreen के बाद. You can use it over your foundation. You can use it in 20 different ways. I absolutely love it. And a new product that I discovered, जो मैंने ले लिया because I was so influenced by the lady selling it to me, is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Blurring Under Eye Powder. And ये इतना सा है, छोटू सा. It's like this much. Literally looks like a eyeshadow, but it's obviously skin color. And she told me that just use it on your, on a puff pad or whatever, and use it under your eyes to set your eyes and your eyes, your mascara and not mascara, your, ये क्या होता है? Concealer. Concealer will never crease. So मैंने खरीद लिया because I got super influenced, and this is so good. I cannot tell you how good this is. This is one of the best setting powders for the under eye. I of course use it on my T-zone also because like I said, एक बार आपने product खरीद लिया, आप जैसे मर्जी use करें. But this is something I highly recommend, specifically if you have mature skin. Anybody who's above the age of 35, 40, 50, like depends कि आपकी skin किस point पे mature हो रही है, like कितने आपको fine lines and wrinkles हैं. If you're above the age of 50, start investing in good high-end makeup because it is really good. And this one is amazing. I don't think there is a dupe for it. I don't think it can be duped. Now the next few categories are blam. मतलब इसमें करना है कर लो, but these are products that I really like, so I'm going to talk about it. Number one is the Chanel bronzer. I've spoken about this. I've used it and shown it to you guys. I love it. I saw this on like all influencers using it, and I never thought that I should buy it because I don't really trust influencers because I am an influencer. Even though I'm an influencer, I don't trust influencers. Okay, this is sounding so bad, but I like everything in makeup is so amazing, right? So I don't really trust it. But I tried it in the store. I went to the Chanel store. I had already bought the foundation and the pressed powder, and she decided to give me a little makeover, and she tried it on me, and I absolutely love it. It gives you just the right amount of color. It's not those contour wali harsh lines. Ideal for daily use, right? If you're going to work and you don't want to like contour like Kim Kardashian, then this is really good. And obviously इसके ऊपर if you want you can intensify it by using a bronzer. A bronzer एक ऐसी category है जिसमें I feel कि you don't need to buy stuff from which is high end, but let me show you what I like. So I love this Too Faced one. I don't know if you can see, but like I'm hitting pan on it. This is the Sun Bunny and I really love it. And the second one that I just bought is the Fenty Beauty one. The Fenty Beauty one that I've got is Private Island 3, the Sun Stalker in Private Island 3. इसका तो shade भी मिट गया है. I don't know. This is something. So this is like something if you want to buy it. If you don't want to buy it. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Next is concealers. Okay, one of the best concealers actually comes in drugstore, but if you want something which is lightweight, if you want something that's hydrating and beautiful, the Valentino concealer is chef's kiss. Now isme na they sold it to me saying कि इसमें skincare benefits हैं because it has caffeine. I don't really think that's kind of true. Like I'm sure it has caffeine, but I don't feel it worked on my under eye or depuffed it or did any of that. But it's a beautiful concealer. I absolutely love it. My shade is, I don't know, LN4CWD00. It's just weird. Okay. So these are some of the products I really like, and it's really foundation and powders where I feel that you should invest in. Eyeshadows, mascaras, liners, eye pencils, kajal, all of that, drugstore. That's the best. But there is one category which I want to talk about, and those are setting sprays. Now one of my favorite setting sprays, which is almost over, but I'm just keeping it because it's going to be very useful now with the festive season starting, is the iconic London Prep Set Glow. And this is the one which has these gold. So ye settle ho jata hai, when you shake it up, it's kind of gold, and it leaves this amazing mist, like this golden sheen on your face. Diwali, Shadi, all of those things, really good. So I'm going to use it, repurchase it. Next up, I got this from the US, and वो यहाँ नहीं मिलता, is by Patrick Star Cosmetics. One size का ये है On Until Dawn waterproof setting spray, and this is the only setting spray जिससे आपका मेकअप इतना सा भी नहीं हिलेगा. Like, go into the water, into a beach, go wherever, it's not going to move. But because they don't ship to the UAE, and because I'm not going to the US anytime soon, I use this only like in very, very special cases. Like, I don't use this daily because as I can feel ye itna sa hi bacha hai and I want to keep it and I'm not going to use it. But if you're in the US or wherever you are in the world, if you can get it, and get it. Another product which I feel is fabulous, especially if you have oily skin, is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. This is also, it's not as good as this one, but इससे भी आपका makeup move नहीं करता. Whereas this one, the iconic one, this does nothing much for setting your makeup. Okay, your makeup sets and all, it's fine. This is all for looking like a glazed donut. This is your glow bomb. Okay, setting wedding के लिए इतना कुछ नहीं करता. So usually if I use this, then I'll also use something like this on top of it after this one has settled. But this one is really good, and ये आसानी से मिल जाता है Sephora में. So these are setting sprays that I recommend because I hear this from a lot of people कि 2 घंटे में हमारा makeup उतर जाता है or our makeup just melts away, so and so forth. So use a good setting spray. And now I want to talk to you about a product that I love so much. It's not a setting spray, but it gives you the most amazing glow, and it is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Now this is literally like a hydrating spray for your face. But I use it sometimes on top of makeup because I just feel it gives me, let it just settle, it'll give me like this amazing glow. This is a high-end product, but like I said, इसमें 2 चीज़ें का benefit है, right? You can use it as a part of skincare, you can use it as your makeup mist, and I absolutely love it. Highly recommend. So basically, these are a few places where I feel you should invest in. Foundations, powders, maybe concealer, maybe your contour, but otherwise sab kuch you can get from drugstore. But foundations, mature skin, anti-aging, whatever you call it, you should make the investment if you can. Video pasand aaye, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to see how I do my makeup, my updated makeup based routine, that's the next video. I'm going to link it right here. Watch it. I will see you in the next one. If you want to see drugstore options, leave me a comment and I will make it for you. Bye.